Hello. Today is Wednesday, May 15th, 2024. I'm Jason Shapiro with Crowded Market Report, and this is my thoughts on today's market. The first thing I would say, and really all it needs to be said, stock markets closed on all-time highs. Do you really need to know anything else? If you're shorting here, then you believe today, this second, right now, is the all-time high forever in the history of the stock market. Not a great bet. I've done a number of videos that are on YouTube talking about why shorting all-time highs is just the worst thing you can do. You want to be bearish, it's fine, but wait for the market to confirm in some way of some form, okay? And closing at all-time highs is not confirming that you should be short, all right? You think you're going to miss it. The stock market is, the S&Ps are not going to open up down 200 points tomorrow, okay? Doesn't mean they can't go down. Doesn't even mean that this isn't the all-time high. But what it means is, you have to wait, okay? It's just a horrible idea to be short an all-time high, right? And if it is an all-time high, then you got plenty of time to get short. You don't need to be short this high tick right here. That's how you get killed. So I think that's the most important thing about today. Stock markets closed on all-time highs. Now, CPI came out right where people wanted it to, a little bit weaker. Bonds went up. Stocks went up. Gold and silver exploded higher, and the dollar went down. What should happen, happened. Okay? If there was any surprise, I would say it was sort of copper. Copper has become one of the top news stories out there now. People are super long, as I've discussed before. We see it here, but it came way off of highs. Didn't close down. How did it close down today? With all the other metals and the dollar and everything doing what they did, had copper closed down on that, I would have shorted it. I'm glad it didn't, because quite frankly, I don't want to be short assets here for a reason I spoke about yesterday, which is this liquidity thing. There's so much liquidity out there. It's obvious, right? You can ask me, oh, why do you say that? Why do I say that? Because every asset's going up. That's it. You know, if liquidity causes assets to go up, well, if assets are up, it means there's liquidity. Okay. It's that simple. I don't need to go and look at MT figures and all this. It's there. All right. Stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, they're up. There's money out there. Okay. So I don't really want to be short stuff. So I'm glad that copper didn't close down because I don't want to be short it. You know, the dollar stuff that I've been talking about had a nice day today, which is good, obviously. Aussie made a new high since the low. Pound made a new high since the low. Canada made a new high since the low. Even the yen had a really nice day today, without intervention. Euro, new high since the low. Swiss, new high since the low. So this is where we're at. Okay. And if you're going to try and fight it, that's fine. But please just wait for market to confirm it first, right? I've been talking about I don't want to be long silver. I don't want to be long gold. I don't want to be long copper, but I haven't shorted them, right? Because that's what gets you run over. Who cares what I want? All right. The market has to tell you when the time is, right? I'm not going to get in the way of something just because I don't like it. You know, I mean, it's insane. That's how you lose money, right? So anyway, those are my thoughts for the day. I hope everyone had a good one. And, please be smart. Okay. Use risk management. Let the market tell you when to do things. Don't be stubborn. Take your losses. You know what I mean? Stay alive. Stay alive long enough to get lucky and don't trade fade. Oh, and on that point, we had a great comment on our Discord, last night from a guy who goes by the handle Ghost OX. And if you understand how we try to think, how I try to think and how we try to approach the markets, it's this don't trade fade idea, which means don't think, right? Just find where there's a high probability of losers and go the opposite way, right? And one individual loser is one thing, but when a whole group of people are acting the same, it increases the odds that they're going to lose because most people do lose over time. But here it is. Damn, I just went through a full day's worth of Discord messages on another trading group that's pretty much as retail as you can get. Nonstop put shorting on SPY/QQQ. Not a single bullish mention in there today. This was yesterday, as of yesterday's close, which made us then think about what was going to go on today. If the CPI number was going to come out friendly, which it did, we thought that people would probably, based on this, try to sell into it and would not be successful doing that. They would try to sell into it at first, and then it would rip and just rip their faces off. And that's pretty much what happened, you know? So don't trade, fade. One of the greatest ways to make money over time. All right. Hope that makes sense. Hope you all had a good day, and we'll be right back on it tomorrow.